Hi, today I'd like to spend a few moments talking about the importance of getting backing from the side of your parents in your early days. I think that if you get your backing, by that I mean a lot of energy from your parents, then your life is much more energetic. Your life is much easier. Why? Because no matter if this backing is something which you want to do or something which your parents want you to do, even if those things are not exactly what you would imagine, they still pass on the single message that you matter and that whatever you do is important. If you don't get this backing, that means your parents don't really care about you. They don't really care if you succeed. They don't care if you drew a picture when you were a kid. They don't care if you succeed at anything. You're just completely indifferent to them. Well, they're indifferent to you, but if that's the case, then you will have, according to my opinion at least, much less energy by default in life. Because by nature, you won't expect anybody to care about anything you do. Whereas if you have the backing, it just stands to reason. Obviously, the authority in the house cares about your success, even if it's your success or their success through you. Nonetheless, whatever you put your hands on matters. And this feeling, I think, if you don't get the backing, is absent. And this would be an argument that actually is more beneficial for the child to have a stern authority that tells them what's right, what's wrong, easy, no need to think about anything. And just basically imprint this message into their minds that whatever you do matters. Not because that you're great, but because I want you to do it and I say so and I'm the authority in the house. A better thing than this would be if the child would be supported by their parents in whatever they want to do. But of course, this would require both of the parents to be people of great capacity, which very few people are these days. So, of course, you can't really expect every set of parents to accommodate so much for their children to be able to psychologically analyze their psyche, their being, whatever their desires are, to think ahead for them, to set the path for a teenager for the best course of their actions and so. So, we too much to ask, but I think that is the ultimate best kind of parents there could be. Two highly intelligent people with a big heart who would just basically support their child in developing in any way the child desires and give them support, basically saying, yes, it's good what you do, stay at it, you're awesome. So I think that's the ideal goal, but just probably never happens, or very, very rarely. I think most parents, if they're good parents, they try to support the child in some arbitrary ways. And I'd say that's, nothing special to speak of, but I would suppose it's still much better than the alternative of not getting any support whatsoever. The problem is, we are born small, we grow old, we become much bigger at the end of our lives, but our psychological problems or our predispositions to life can remain the same, and I'm of the opinion that it will stay the same. And for this reason, I think that there's a great importance in recognizing that getting backing from one's parents is great luck. And actually, there's also one thing I wanted to say, that there are people who don't see this. Sure, of course, just because you received great luck in your life doesn't mean you're a genius. It could be just a stupid person who just somehow was lucky and got great parents and got to develop in any way they like. And these people then might ascribe this specialness or the reality that everything just seems to work out in their life better than others, not because they were lucky with their family or parents, but that they're incredibly clever. And I think this is something which is advisable to be recognized, that this is luck, this isn't earned success. if somebody has all the support in the world from their parents throughout their entire life, throughout their entire stages of development in their lives, then whatever they succeeded at is not only thanks to them. But some people, and I met some, I think, that they are like this, who genuinely believe that they are God's gift to earth. But I don't think they're that smart. I think they're not even average. But they still think this. And I think they have a much easier life, much happier life, right? I mean, if you think you're great, ignorance is bliss, isn't it? So that's a completely different outlook on life than, let's say, a regular Joe. So, in a nutshell, I think parents might and might not give you support. I call it backing. You know, like you have a bank, you can get state backing if the bank goes bust, so they don't go bust, you know, this sort of backing. So if you get support from your parents when you're a child, I think this is a sign of luck and not earned success. And as such, I think it's something to be thankful to the parents, because this is not one success, this is something which is a product of a long-term development which has been instigated by somebody else. So to think one is a genius, even they don't have any certificates for this, they don't have any recognition, they don't have their own TV show, they don't have their own company, I think is rather far-fetched. And yet there are quite a few people in my life, well, not anymore, but anyway, many people I met, some people I met, who genuinely believe they're the best in the world. I think this is wrong, and I think just because your parents were nice to you and you were lucky, this doesn't make you a genius. So, if you made it this far, thanks for listening, and bye.